In Parliament, showdown expected. Yesterday, of course, the opposition cornered government over various issues, including Kumbh Stampede, Rahul Gandhi also raising a China border issue, and even Maharashtra voting, alleging fraud in a voters list. Today, of course, Prime Minister Modi expected to respond, maybe give a rebuttal of sorts. Perhaps we have Maria, who will give us all the lowdown. She's joining us from Parliament to get us all the updates on what can be expected today. Over to you, Maria.
Thank you, Radhika, and good morning to the viewers of NDTV. We are coming to you live from Vijay Chowk, which is very close to the new Parliament of India, where all the activities or action is playing out these days. Rahul Gandhi, while speaking on the motion of thanks of the President, did rake up a series of issues. But of course, what he said in the context of Chinese incursion, the denial, what he said was that efforts were being made by External Affairs Minister to get an invitation for the Prime Minister for attending the inauguration of Donald Trump. That and another issue of voter discrepancy has become the talking point. In fact, that was taken up by Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mr. Kiren Rijiju later with the Speaker. Certain portions of Rahul Gandhi's speech is likely to be expunged, is what the sense certainly is. But at the moment today, all eyes will be on the Prime Minister as he replies to the motion of thanks. That is likely to happen around 5 p.m. Let me bring in Sajjan. Sajjan, good morning to you. The Delhi weather is certainly gloomy, but inside Parliament we are seeing a lot of heated discussion.
Opposition.
Sajjan, if you heard me.
Yeah. Audible. Good morning, Maria. Yes, precisely. Heat inside the
Morning.
Parliament
Please go ahead.
Is increasing, and therefore yesterday, particularly Rahul Gandhi's speech was clearly that he is a man with his own mission. From attacking government on the China issue to try to ridicule on the US president's inauguration and government of India trying to get an invitation, and to hilariously linking AI with caste census, So Rahul Gandhi seemed to consistently proceed with his own agenda. And that also shows that the era of protest that we are witnessing and intensification in the last couple of years is going to increase. That is there. Also, we are going to witness that from the government side, there is an attempt to win over the middle class that was expected because there was a feedback, while the opposition is going to clamor about the social segments of OBCs, Dalits, tribals, and minority, etc. So we do find that there are parallel agendas wherein they are talking at each other. And this sort of increasing political divide, at least inside the parliament, is going to be there. But then there are also, we find that there were some admissions that, compared to the past, if you go for the content and the tone analysis, this time, while the issue divergence was there, the attack was there was some softening. When Rahul Gandhi was saying that Prime Minister is at least trying on certain issues, but the success is not seen. So you also find that some sort of, rapprochement is there despite the divergences. Therefore, the discussion inside the parliament and the ambience is expected to be confrontationist. Certainly, there were personal remarks against the Prime Minister, and continuously from the Treasury bench sided, there were protests to those remarks about the verification and the factfulness of those remarks. And therefore, we do expect that the Treasury benches today also would be geared up, to go more aggressive on the opposition. And therefore, do expect that while the temperature outside is gloomy, the temperature inside will increase and heat up. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and interestingly, Sajjan, what we have seen is that this politics of confrontation, as we say, is only increasing. When the 18th Lok Sabha started in the month of July, there was this sense that perhaps the Treasury benches will repeatedly extend an olive branch to the opposition, that they would meet them halfway, but that certainly is not happening. And particularly after the victories in the state of Haryana and also in the state of Maharashtra, there is a completely new dynamics which is playing out inside Parliament, which each and every reaction of Rahul Gandhi, other opposition leaders, being countered rather aggressively. But Sajjan, whenever Prime Minister has spoken, in fact, he has spoken on all occasions ever since Mr. Modi became the Prime Minister in 2014, whenever he has replied to the motion of thanks, we have seen how he has given a sense of direction to his party, and particularly because in a day from now, Delhi goes to polls. This is a battle for prestige. It's the battle for the national capital, a high-stakes battle, as we say.
Yes, precisely. Prime Minister has been leading and giving a direction to his party. And I mean, in the last, since 2014, it seemed that while he is taking the larger framework, the other BJP leaders like Amit Shah and others, they are giving the granular detail and sort of a strategic direction. And Prime Minister just, I mean, is giving the add-on factor. But in the last 1.5 years, we have seen that Prime Minister, one, has started giving a very granular, directional, Herculean, speech inside the parliament, outside the parliament, and that a sort of a leading from the front. Two, when it comes to Delhi election, there are a couple of things. One, we do see on the ground there is the class divide. This is like middle class versus the rest that is there. Also, this time what we are witnessing, that while there is a sense of anti-incumbency in the last 10 years against the incumbent Aam Aadmi Party, middle class is angry because of the party's failure to deliver on the governance and the civic infrastructure front. Also, the sort of a confrontationist attitude with the central government, which is seen as abandoning or treating Delhi's governance as a secondary issue. So, middle class is consolidating against the Aam Aadmi Party. However, when you go to the lower middle class, to the ever poverty line population and BPL or the poor segments, who are primarily residing in the unauthorized colony, jhuggi jhopris, resettlement camps, and rural and urban villages. Therein you find that while there is a lack of enthusiasm for the Aam Aadmi Party, but because they perceive themselves as the beneficiary of many populist schemes, which they perceive is because of the incumbent, despite many complaints that you hear, we do not see that they are abandoning the incumbent. And therefore, this time, while Aam Aadmi Party is expected to lose a significant percentage of votes and seats to the BJP, we are not sure that yet BJP is in a position to cross the Rubicon, that is attaining the magic number 36, while the BJP leadership is quite confident. But nevertheless, we have to keep in mind that this time, unlike 2020 assembly election, the election is overwhelmingly on the material policies, wherein be it Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, and BJP, they all are making claims in the same direction, and that direction is about more freebies, more material promises. So this is the plank of Aam Aadmi Party. So when you contest Delhi election on the plank of Aam Aadmi Party, it would be very difficult to dislodge a party which is also trying to consolidate a non-middle class segment of the electorate. And therefore, what we are witnessing, that while middle class, some of the local communities like Punjabi Hindus, also Jats, etc., are consolidating largely behind the BJP. We still find that overwhelming number of the Purvanchalis, who constitute the poor and lower middle class segments, the consolidation of the Muslims, who are 13%, Dalits, who are 16 to 17%, and also among the Sikh, we do find a class divide. Among the Gujars, we find that they are also divided. So overall, we think that this time there is no enthusiasm for the Aam Aadmi Party. Middle class is consolidating behind the BJP, but when you go for the divide, we find that still Aam Aadmi Party is, I mean, this is our study, is having slight edge vis-a-vis the challenger.